Let's shift gears real quick into the World Baseball Classic. He, of course, has announced that he will be representing Japan. The Dodgers cannot block his participation in this. The same goes for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. I believe there's some language around Roki Sasaki because of how much time he spent on the 60-day injured list that they could theoretically block participation. What they can do is they can request that these guys not be pitched in certain ways or follow strict usage, or in Ohtani's case, maybe not pitch at all. Dave Roberts had this to say, quote, "We'll support them." This was to Japanese media, but I do think that the pitching, it's a lot on the body, the arm. The rest will be beneficial for next year for our season, but we understand how important the WBC is for these individual players and the country of Japan. What do you make about, we haven't officially heard from Yamamoto and Sasaki about involvement in the WBC, have we?
No, we have not. I think Yamamoto is basically a lock, would be my guess. Sasaki, I do think there's more uncertainty there. It wouldn't shock me if he also participates or, is available and just doesn't pitch all that much. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting scenario for the Dodgers. The WBC, as much as it means to these countries, these players and respective countries, I get it. The Dodgers get it. Like they've expressed that. I think also if the Dodgers had their druthers, like nobody would be participating, especially when it comes to Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And as Daniel would say, no disrespect to Roki Sasaki, but those first two are a little bit more important to the team right now than Sasaki. And, he could certainly get there. And he did, I guess, in the playoffs. So maybe to walk back that stance. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. Like, I don't imagine. I wonder if maybe the if you I don't have the word. It's on the tip of my tongue. The Dodgers then will compromise on WBC participation, not necessarily pitching, maybe that much type thing.
Yeah.
Yamamoto's the interesting one. I mean, we saw what he did to end the season, and so. Like
he can't hit. So if he's involved, it will only be at the pitcher, right?
Right. Maybe they put some sort of cap on him, like, no more than 70 to 80 pitches per outing type thing. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
As a Dodgers fan, and primarily a Dodgers fan, I'm saying this. It's not good for the Dodgers that any of these guys are participating in the World Baseball Classic. And it's not just the Japanese guys. Like, if you are a Dodgers fan and all you were to care about is the Dodgers, and you don't care about these people as human beings, you don't care about any of this stuff, the entertainment value of the World Baseball Classic, etc., none of it is good for the Dodgers. I mean, Roki Sasaki, maybe. Sasaki getting reps, being in that environment, that might be good. But, like, if the Dodgers had their way, Ohtani wouldn't participate. Yamamoto wouldn't participate. None of these guys would participate in any capacity. Nothing good can come of this for the veteran guys. They don't need development. They don't need reps. It is simply a risk of injury. It is simply a taxing of the arm for every single pitcher. And so that's what stinks for the Dodgers in this regard. And again, they can't tell Ohtani, you're not allowed to play. They probably wouldn't anyways, right? They know this is part of the deal. You sign Ohtani, you sign Yamamoto, you have the best players. You have to take these sort of risks. But I just want to say out loud that piece. This is bad for the Dodgers that they're involved. My hope is that exactly what you said comes about, which is the Dodgers are able to have a conversation with Ohtani, Yamamoto, Team Japan, and say, hey, here's the deal. These guys just pitched all the way until, what was it, November 2nd, technically, when the World Series ended, right? November 1st and into the morning of November 2nd. And they were like 100-something days away from pitchers and catchers then reporting to opening day. And allegedly, we're going to try and have these guys available for opening day, which I just told you my deal. Like, put these guys on ice until May, as far as I'm concerned. But I hope there's at least some sort of like, we're not going crazy with these guys, right? Like, I know you want to win, but it can't come at the risk of these players and their availability. The question is, as we've hinted at, Ohtani really wants this. Yamamoto really wants this. They talk about the World Baseball Classic to them, to Japan, is bigger than the World Series. Now, I don't know if Ohtani and Yamamoto would say that personally as guys who are competing for both, but in Japan, this is like the biggest deal. This is the Super Bowl. This is the number one thing they could go at. And so I am so curious to see how they are able to balance the thing that is most important to them and their country and honor and all of that with what logically makes the most sense for their employer that is paying them loads and loads of money over the next, in Ohtani's case, like 50 years.
Yeah, and obviously we're focusing on this year leading into 2026, but really you could go back to 2024. Like it's been a long 2 years for the Dodgers, starting in
Yeah. Yep.
South Korea, playing through the World Series, starting in Tokyo, playing through the World Series. Now WBC games. Like I mean, honestly, like
And Yamamoto's been there the entire time.
yeah, yeah. And if the WBC wasn't coming up next year, I wouldn't be shocked if the Dodgers didn't have the likes of Ohtani, Freeman, Yamamoto, mainly those guys. Maybe perhaps a few, like really not playing in spring training games until like after the first
Probably.
week or something, like middle of the month, like middle of their schedule. Like it wouldn't shock me if that's the approach that they would have taken. So yeah, I mean it's kind of it's a double-edged sword. Dodgers don't want to be a team. You can't be that team that tells these players no. I mean you know.
They're literally not allowed to tell guys they can't participate.
Right.
So, but I think you know underneath it all, they're definitely thinking, my goodness, we hope this isn't what happens. I love this from Cole with the super chat. Don't mess with the cash cow that is Japan. That's part of it, right? Some people are saying, hey, it's a branding thing. Hey, these guys in Japan. I'll just say this. I think Ohtani and Yamamoto are plenty big in Japan. I don't think a World Baseball Classic is going to move the needle all that much for these two guys. Based on a friend who was just in Japan, Ohtani is literally everywhere. Like I don't know if there was more billboard space for him to take up in Japan, regardless of how the WBC goes.
But I think, and Matt's hitting on this. He's saying it's a pride thing. I think for
Totally.
for those guys though, like it's also like they want to do it, right? Like and again, like the WBC has not taken off in the United States the way it has in other countries, so we can understand it as best as we can. It's a completely like other players have come out and said, this is arguably more important or bigger accomplishment than getting to the World Series and playing in a World Series. So there is that component too, right? It's not just, oh, hey, this tournament's coming up and do you guys want to do it? Sure. Well, we've decided to enter our name into the hat to be on the roster. Like it is, as Matty mentioned, it's a pride thing, and that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. I was trying to figure out who. Like I know I saw was it Garrett Whitlock was announced as a confirmed player for the United States. So it looks like commitments so far: Skeens, Cal Raleigh, Bobby Witt, Corbin Carroll, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Aaron Judge as well. So and then Garrett Whitlock. I don't know if there's more players that have been announced.
No, that's about right. Yeah, that's pretty much the list for Team USA so far.
Yeah. So there you go. And again, I understand. I want to make clear. I understand why Ohtani is doing it. I understand why Yamamoto is doing it. Sasaki, if he were to get asked why he would do it. I'm just saying from the Dodgers perspective, let's just say the obvious thing out loud, which is there isn't a whole lot of good that comes of this. And again, that's what Dave Roberts has said. Hey, we're going to support these guys, but hopefully they don't go crazy. Because to your point, it's been a long, 21 months basically from Korea in 2024 to November 1st, November 2nd in Toronto in 2025.